Mr. Chancellor, Giuliana Elena Garzone has distinguished herself as a dynamic force in Italy and beyond in the promotion of intercultural understanding and cultural and linguistic diversity. Well known for her groundbreaking writings, Professor Garzone is currently a full professor of translation and interpretation at International University of Languages and Media in Milan. She has enjoyed a rewarding professional career as an accredited translator and interpreter, academic, and researcher. A prolific author, she has published over 140 essays and book chapters and has edited or co-edited, co-authored, and authored more than 45 volumes. Having started her academic career in translation and interpreting at Milan Scuola Superiore per Interpreti e Traduttori, she accepted an appointment as Associate Professor of English and Translation at the University of Bologna in 1998. In 2001, she moved to the University of Milan as a full professor, where she taught English, translation, and intercultural studies in the Department of Studies in Language, Meditation, and Intercultural Communication. In 2005, she was appointed chair and director of postgraduate programs and research in that department, where she has supervised the PhD program in linguistic, literary, and intercultural studies. She currently directs the postgraduate program in specialized translation and conference interpreting. Founder and editor-in-chief of Lingue e Culture Meditazioni, Languages, Cultures, Mediation, a peer-reviewed open access journal that publishes up-to-date research on multidisciplinary approaches to linguistic and cultural mediation in English, French, Spanish, and Italian. Professor Garzone has to her credit publications comprising a wide range of subjects, including scientific discourse, legal language, business communication, political discourse, social media, and of course, translating and interpreting. She has contributed to a theoretical model that applies the mathematical theory of fuzzy sets to translation. Over the years, these publications have informed and in many cases fundamentally influenced the study and practice of specialized communication in Italy and abroad. She has been involved with several international and national associations and research groups in linguistics, translation, and intercultural studies, including the US-based Association for Business Communication, from which she received the Francis W. Weeks Award of Merit in 2018. For her activity in the promotion of English studies in higher education in Italy, she was appointed to the executive committee of the Associazione Italiana di Anglistica. Professor Garzone has played a key role in the organization of DCONE, Discourse, Communication, and the Enterprise conferences, a series of biennial events gathering scholars interested in the relevance of discourse and communication to the world of business and organization. In 2013, Professor Garzone was asked to lead the Italian translation of the Montreal Charter of Rights and Responsibilities, demonstrating the crucial role played by language professionals in the translation and codification of rights. Giuliana Garzone's publications and the challenging direction given to her students and fellow researchers have served to highlight the growing importance of international English, while at the same time respecting the specificity of national languages. Her insight into the evolution of communication and discourse practices makes her a leader of excellence in communication. Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Giuliana Garzone so that you may confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
I now invite McGill's most recent graduate, Professor Garzone, to deliver the convocation address. Professor.
Thank you. Chancellor Main, Principal and Vice Chancellor Fortier, Mr. Panda, Chair of the Board of Governors, proud families and guests, and most of all, you members of the graduating class of 2019. Vous voir réunis ici aujourd'hui pour célébrer ce moment mémorable, je me rends compte du fait qu'en Italie, mon pays d'origine, ce genre de cérémonie n'existe pas. Honnêtement, je pense que c'est regrettable. Nous devrions introduire cette coutume chez nous. Je me demande qu'est-ce qui se dégage de cette cérémonie. Quant à moi, c'est un sentiment palpable d'appartenance à une communauté, un sentiment de mission accomplie. Félicitez-vous d'avoir atteint un objectif important. Il s'agit d'un véritable virage. Vous sortez d'une étape de la vie pour emprunter une nouvelle voie axée sur le devenir. C'est à vous maintenant de mettre en œuvre les connaissances et compétences que vous avez acquises au cours de vos études universitaires. Mettez-les en pratique pour vous, vos familles, la société et le monde entier. Addressing people who have spent their last few years accumulating knowledge and are prepared to carry it forward into society is an important asset to rely on to progress in life. I would like to propose a few reflections on the status of knowledge in the contemporary world and the important action of universities as a fundamental bulwark in defense of it. In the last 5 years, I've coordinated a research project on discourse, knowledge, and ethics, and this issue is especially close to my heart. Surveys of public knowledge in the United Kingdom and the United States have shown that today many people doubt if acquiring knowledge matters anymore in a context where it can be outsourced to the internet. Why should you make an effort to learn if everything is so easy to look up? Unfortunately, this is sometimes also a temptation for students, hence the battle on plagiarism on the part of so many institutions. Believing that knowledge can be retrieved from the web rather than learned not only generates ignorance, but what is worse, also generates what William Poundstone calls meta-ignorance. That is to say, the lack of awareness of what you don't know. So in the end, you don't even bother to look up what you actually do not know. In the age of artificial intelligence, if we stop learning everything a computer can do, both in terms of knowledge and in terms of skills, the result would be absolute ignorance and the absolute dependence on artificial intelligence itself. A further and potentially more important fact is that outsourcing and learning lead to very different results, as there is a substantial difference between acquiring knowledge and having access to knowledge. First of all, possessing knowledge entails that you have interiorized what you have learned and have now a total command of it. So it has become part of your own personal intellectual assets. Secondly, the process of acquisition in itself is part of the education process, has an educational value. Once you know how to go about it, knowledge acquisition becomes a life learning process. And thanks to you, and thanks to this life learning process, you will never stop increasing your intellectual capital, which also means increasing your human capital. Now the time has come for you to translate the knowledge and skills you have acquired in your years at university into action, bring them into the world. Certainly, when you started out your course of studies here at McGill, you had plans for the future. Indeed, you had dreams for your life. dreams of things to achieve, of a role to perform, of bettering the world. Receiving an academic credential today is already part of that realization of your dream. But the pride and satisfaction for this achievement should not distract you from the pursuit of your dreams for life, your vision, your ideals, however high and difficult or difficult to achieve them it may seem. This year, my country celebrates the 500th anniversary of Leonardo da Vinci's death. He was an extraordinary man. In addition to being a great artist, the author of Mona Lisa and The Last Supper, a man who had lofty dreams, indeed dreams so forward-looking that there was realistically no chance to see them come true in the course of his life with the technologies available at the time. But he pursued them anyway and continued to produce incredibly detailed visionary projects, which he left as a legacy to people coming after him and continued to believe in them. Most of these dreams, have actually come true now, as today we use all sorts of self-moving machines, cars, trains. We can fly in planes and helicopters. We use parachutes. We use robots in our factories and so on. These are the dreams of a 15th century man come true. And in most cases, it took them centuries to come true, but they have come true. You should not be afraid of having dreams, of having a vision, of carrying forward the objectives that first led you to come to this university. Striving to make them come true is in itself a kind of achievement. Finally, I would like to wish you, the graduates of 2019, all the best in whatever professional career you decide to pursue. You are particularly well equipped to face the challenges of a fast-changing world. So thank you for your attention, and thank you for the honor of being among you today. Thank you. Merci.